Hello and happy new year. 2025 is upon us, and welcome to another season of Leading You. I'm so glad to have you with me so early in the new year. And what I wanted to do for this episode was to keep it really light, to keep it really fresh for you, but to give you something to think about as we start the new year. So, in the final episode for last year, you were thinking about your future self and then looking back and thinking about what would your future self be telling you to do, what choices, what decisions, what actions. And now I'm thinking, often at this time of the year, I talk about painting a canvas. And people love this because it gives you the freedom to paint a blank canvas however you like, whether it's defined, whether it's abstract, contemporary, bright, um, muted colors. You've got the freedom to create 20 for 25, that canvas for you, however you want. So I thought for this episode, let's focus on choosing a color. Let's focus on choosing a color for you for 2025. This is something that I have done really since I started busy. I wrote busy because when I wrote that book, I want to run workshops. I always ask people, what color would you use to describe you? And what I then share is that I bet you wouldn't choose the color beige because busy is beige. It's boring, says not a lot, and most people have chosen another color. There's only one person in hundreds of workshops that I've done that chose beige, a little orcs. But as we begin our brand new year, let's think about your color and think about it as the first stroke of paint on the blank canvas for 2025. Last year, I picked green. For me, it was a symbol of growth, a symbol of renewal, and stepping into a season where I let myself feel rooted to who I was and what I stood for, but open to new opportunities. And you know what? That simple choice really stayed with me. And it's an odd color because I would be likely to choose red. But I didn't feel that red was right for me jumping into 2024 for many, many reasons. And every time I see green, I notice the different colors of green, whether it's the leaves on the trees from my walk, particularly when we launch into spring and there's new leaves and they're bright green, and then as they turn, they go into that deeper green. Or even green clothing. It really reminded me of my goals and it gave me a sense of calm. I find green really peaceful as well. So this year, I'm thinking about something a little bit different. But before I tell you my color, let's dive into this idea a little bit more. So, why color? Color has an incredible way of shaping our mood and representing our feelings. So, blue often symbolizes clarity or peace, and yellow can feel like joy or energy, and red, my favorite color, that's like passion and energy and courage, which is one of my highest values. Um, or maybe it can be a symbol to stop, to pause and reflect. Cultures around the world have attached meaning for centuries. And even if we don't realize it, we do carry the association of color with us. So you might think of how you've painted your room or your office, or what colors you choose to decorate your spaces. You know, there's reason behind that. There's meaning behind color. So if you take a moment, wherever you are right now, sorry. So if you take a moment, wherever you are right now, and picture a blank canvas of you, what is the first color that comes to mind? Or if you think of a blank canvas for this year, what is the first color that you want to use on that blank canvas? Maybe it's bold and bright, ready to shake things up. Maybe it's soft and muted, giving you permission to slow down. And maybe it's a mix. It could be an ever-changing gradient of color because, hey, life is rarely just one thing. And if you're stuck, think about, what do you want more in your life? Do you want more energy? So you might pick something warm like an orange or a yellow. Do you want more peace? Do you want more calm? So you might pick something like a beautiful light blue, or even a lavender, or a pale green, or an aqua, something that's really, really calming. Or ask yourself, what color did you see the most last year? And does it still feel like you, or are you ready for a change? So this year, my color that I'm leaning towards is gold. And this is a really unusual color for me. It's definitely not a color that I would choose normally. However, gold for me is abundant. It shines, it glows, it represents light, it represents hope, and even a little bit of boldness. So it's a real reminder to appreciate what's good while still striving for something better. And to me, it's a really rich color. And it's a color that you can put other colors with. So if I was going to paint my canvas, that is the color that I would start with. And then I would add other colors to it, because that's not the only color that I want to be, but this is the driving force for me. That is the color that I want to represent this year for all of the meanings that I've shared with you. So what about you? What is your color? And what does it mean to you? So I would really love to hear your thoughts in terms of what color you have chosen and why. And I'd love to hear about the canvas that you have decided to paint, starting with that color. What does your canvas look like? You know, reflecting on the you at the end of 2025. How are you going to paint your canvas, and what does that mean to you? I'd really love to share. I'd love you to share that with me. I'd love for you to share that on social media as well, and using the hashtag mycolor2025. And hopefully we can, really start sharing that and start getting a real movement going around our color for 2025. And remember, your canvas is yours to paint however you want to paint it. It's not anyone else's definition of what their canvas is, what you think the expectation of your canvas is from others, what you feel you should. This is what you are choosing to paint your canvas with, because remember, you always have a choice. Whether you stick with your color all year or whether you change it as you go, as you evolve throughout the year, the important thing is to let it reflect you and have something, around your space, around your desk, whether it's in your room, whether it's in your bathroom, to remind you of your color. And hopefully that really inspires you and lights up your day. So thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for listening. I really hope and wish you a year filled of color, creativity, meaning, happiness, and joy. So until next week, have an amazing start to the year. And just a really quick reminder that over January, we have some incredible episodes for you, starting with self-belief. Then we're talking about magnetism with the incredible Erica Kramer. And then we're talking about feng shui and with Jane Langoff. And then we're also talking about like the year of yes with Lisa Walker. So they are the 4 episodes I've got in store for you in January, and I really hope they help you set your year up for success, however that looks for you. Until next time, bye for now.